Is this my best idea to do this with this on? Probably not. But we're trying to save time, and now you know why they go together, because it explains why I have this on, because I normally would not have this on. So I just wanted to do a little update. I did post a video yesterday morning, but it was for the day before. So I'm late. So I technically didn't do a video for yesterday. And this is this video right now, day 7. So it's been a week since I've been doing these everyday videos, not Sundays, but I've been wrong. So then I've done Sundays. But so that's exciting. I have not been vegetarian, nor have I been vegan, which is like sad, but like my sister and my brother-in-law questioned me on like why I was doing it, and I had no real reason. It's not because like I should, but like it's not because I'm like, oh, like the animals, or because of like later on in life, like it's how it's destroying the world, or because like I've been feeling gross about it. It's literally just because like I am around it at work, and I see other people do it, and it sounds interesting and like healthy, and I don't know, I just decided, like, there's no real reason. It was just like a little bit of everything. So then I kind of like relaxed on that, and but like whenever I go out or something like that, I've been more aware of it. And even when I'm home, I'm more aware. Like I think about it more. Like I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't eat this, or like, oh, I should like calm down on this type of food. So like at least that, like I'm more aware about it. So that's good. My closing my rings every day, I actually did start a streak of like 17-18 days of my move one, and then I broke it. I was so sad, but it is what it is. My standing streak, I also almost made it. One of the days I only broke it because one of the days I was off by an hour, and that's just because I took off my watch for a part of it, so that kind of sucks. And then my exercise one, I was pretty good at it, but yesterday just was not my day. I didn't close any of my rings. That's why I lost like the streak and everything like that. And that is due to, sorry, my arm got tired of holding it up. That was due to the fact of not, I was a little overwhelmed. So school right now, I'm taking 15 credits, which isn't that like isn't like, oh my god, that's so much, because I know some people that are taking like 18 credits or something like that, except that 15 credits is a little bit over full-time. Full-time is 12 credits, and I'm taking 15, so I'm taking 5 classes. But the thing is, it really depends on the classes, because last semester I was taking 13 credits, and it was like stressful because one of my classes was worth 4 credits, so like that's like a heavier course class, and I comprehend that. The classes that I was taking now, or am taking now, there's some that are super easy, and then there's like 3 of them that are like average. Like I do have to study because like it doesn't come to me that easy. I do have to like write essays, I do have to give it time, and I feel like I haven't been giving it time because of my last class, my 5th class. That class is still also worth 3 credits, except that it's killer. Like it's just the workload. It's a lot more than I expected. It's a lot more than any of my other classes. So I guess like I should focus on it more, but the thing is, me focusing on that I'm slacking on my other classes, but then like I shouldn't lose my other classes because like those are also important. So it was just a really risky situation, and ever since the first class I was like, oh my god, like I don't think I can handle it, because like just the class itself was a little bit hard, plus everything else, because I also am working, and I also would like to sleep, and I would also like to like chill out sometimes and like spend time with my family and friends and things like that. So it got a little hard, except that I was stupid and I didn't do it during the add and drop week. So at that point I had already paid for the class, and I don't have any of those scholarships. Like my dad's paying for my college, so not that we're swimming in money, nor are we on the side of the street. We're like okay, but it still like sucks that like me seeing him spend this money on college and things like that. I don't want to disappoint him, and I don't want to like have to retake a class or just lose that money. And in elementary school, middle school, or whatnot, I had honor roll, like A honor roll, AP honor roll, and things like that. Then I got to high school, I like started like not failing, but like I wasn't getting straight A's or like A B's. Like I could manage sometimes, but like it wasn't perfect. But I did still work my butt off, and I did end up in like top like 50 of my class of like 600, 500, whatever it was. I don't know anymore. But I did end up like top of the class, so that was good. But then I got to college, and that's like a whole new creature of itself. It is easier due to the fact that it is more flexible and it seems like you do have more time, but then that time is dedicated to the classes that you're in, and like traveling, like the travel, like the drive there and back, and like you're also spending a lot more money because I've always gone to a public school, so like that was always fine, like we weren't paying for anything. And then now like it's expensive, like books are expensive, classes are expensive, the like materials you need for the classes are expensive. It's just a lot of money. Parking, you have to pay for that, and it's just, it adds on. It's a lot of money. So if you can save up, if you can get scholarships, if you can get like bright futures or whatever it is that you can get, because it's very helpful. It's very, very helpful, and you wouldn't have to pay, and your parents wouldn't have to pay, so it's also great. So do that. But in my case, back to my story, I was struggling with this class. It got to the point that I went to the advisor and I asked what I had to do to drop out of the class. And she said, it's just click the withdraw button and you're good. So then I was like, oh my gosh, should I do it? No, let me force myself into it a little bit more. Let me not give up. And then I would do it, and then I would fail. And then I was back on the same cycle again. And the thing is, you rather take a W, which in this case is not a win, it's a withdrawal, instead of keeping the class and then failing the class, and that totally sinks your GPA. Like, and the thing is, it's like grades. Whenever you fail the first test, raising it up is a lot harder than just keeping it stable in most cases. So like when you drop your GPA, like to build it back up can be a lot harder. So she said, like, just drop it before the deadline for dropping it with a withdrawal. So I was like, okay, like, I'll think about it, whatever. So I kept staying in the class, and the thing is, even when I thought, like, no, I'll withdraw it, I'm just going to the class to go to the class because I had to take the class anyways. So let me, like, at least, like, get some information in so that when I have to, like, take it again, I have some information. But the thing is, just thinking about it would stress me out. And it was, like, something always in the back of my head. So it was, like, killing me from the inside. Like, I was, like, drained all the time. And that, like, I think I was just, like, super stressed that, like, I would go to bed and I would dream about school, or I would dream about work, and then I would take a nap in the middle of the day. I would dream about school or work or family or friends. Like, I felt like I was never resting fully. Like, I was always subconsciously still, like, stressing about stuff. And I would say I'm very close to my family, but I guess I'm not close in, like, certain aspects, or, like, I'm just scared of the judgment, or I'm scared of, like, what could happen. So I did mention a couple of times, like, look, this class is getting really, really hard. Like, I think I'm gonna have to drop it. But then they would never give, like, full attention to it. They were kind of like, oh, she's just being dramatic. And then it got to a point that yesterday in the morning before I went to school, I exploded. Like, I couldn't hold it in anymore, and I just, like, bawled. And then my mom's like, whoa, like, wait, what? Like, she's, like, legit about this. Like, she's not, like, being dramatic anymore. Maybe I'm being slightly dramatic, but, like, I've never withdrawn the class. Like, that's insane to me. So then we kind of talked or whatever, and then I went to school. In this class, I have it once a week for 3 hours from 6:30 to 9:30 at night. That's insane. Never do that to yourself unless you have to. Most of the kids in that class are older, are like have kids, maybe have all these things figured out, and they work in the morning, they have a stable job, and they go to school to take 1 class, 2 classes, and that's it. I'm not in that situation. I'm taking full-time college, and which I guess is a job, and I was there since 11 o'clock. That's so, like, that's over 12 hours. Nope, that's a lie. Negative, not true. That's, I don't know how many hours, like 10 hours at school, 11 hours at school. That's disgusting. That's, like, draining. Like, just going to high school or something like that when it's, like, 7 hours was draining. Imagine 11 hours, 10 hours of school. So it wasn't being beneficial to me whatsoever. So I never officially dropped, but I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna take that class during the summer, and I'm gonna give it my all. I'm gonna stay at school longer if I need to. I'll go to tutoring hours. And I think that's another thing. I've tutored kids, but I've never been tutored. And I think that's what it, like, I think, like, it's subconsciously, like, an ego, like, pride thing. Like, I didn't want to be that person asking for help. I don't want to bother people with that. But then my mom brought up the point, like, you always help people. Sometimes you need help too. Like, suck in your ego, suck in your pride, and just go get help, because then you're gonna be better off that way. So I'm gonna have to do that. And, like, it does make sense. Like, I think it's, like, a stupid thing, but, like, it's something that you think about. So I'm gonna have to suck up my pride and go to tutoring, go to the teachers, like, the professors' office hours, go to the TA's office hours, like, find other people in the class and actually be friends with them and, like, get their numbers and try to study together. Do the whole thing. I really want to ace it and prove that, like, I was just not having, like, I was just struggling this semester, but I can do it. So that's pretty much it. I also have to decide what I'm gonna take the following semesters, and I have until, like, the 25th, 26th, 27th, or whatever of this month. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to figure that out too. So I'll update you when I get that information, or when I start thinking about that. But as of now, I just wanted to, like, say, like, I was just going through a little, like, mental breakdown, and that's why I didn't post anything. I had no motivation to get up and finish my circles, and it was so sad. But today I'm feeling a little bit better. And hopefully that's that. Like, hopefully it was just a speed bump and we get over it and we keep going strong, and that's it. So I'm gonna go because I've been talking for like 13 minutes.
I get it. I sound kind of dramatic, but like, I hope that if you're going through the same thing, you find it better that someone else is going through it also. You're not alone. And if I can serve you as an example so you don't do the same thing, take it then. I'm just here to explain my story, and hopefully you can be benefited by it. So, yeah.
That's that. That's my update. Let me know if you agree with anything, if you disagree with anything, if whatever I said was helpful, or if you're relating to this, because before spring break I was struggling, went through spring break, and now I'm ready to be done. Like, this semester has got to go. Like, we're done with it, we're moving on from it. We don't want to talk to it. Like, goodbye spring 2019, we're kind of over it. But hopefully we're gonna finish off strong. So that's that. I'll see you tomorrow with a new video, and leave a like, comment, subscribe, do that whole thing. Peace out. Love you much. Deuces.